What's going on, people? It is your old pal, CHH. I did a video maybe a week or so ago talking about vintage horror DVDs. So naturally, because you guys seem to enjoy that, we gotta follow that up. I say we do DVD box sets for horror. Quite frankly, I just grabbed a stack of them, and some of these have cool stories. Some of them I'm just a big fan of. Maybe not necessarily worth money, but there are certainly some that I think when you see them, you'll be like, okay, that's cool and a piece of history. I'm going to be looking out for that at a vintage shop or a DVD used store and things like that. And I frequently see some of these, so it's not maybe stuff that's just a lost cause. Without further ado, let's just get started. Let's start with like a bunch of, or just start with this one. This is the Halloween Curse of Michael Myers triple pack. It sounds kind of weird, right? I don't know why I have the DVDs in here backwards. But it came, I got this at FYE, it came in this silver case. And obviously, you'll see which 3 movies it came with. They're big, separate DVDs, and I don't know. I've never seen anybody else have this. If anybody else has this, please send me a pic of it on Instagram so I can know I'm not alone. But I just remember getting this at FYE when I was getting the movies on DVD, and I was like, oh, cool. Now I can have them all in individual cases, but they come in this set. Just one of those things I got, you know? And I held on to it. Like I said, I don't sell anything, so I don't know if you see this. I doubt it's worth much, but it is vintage as hell, and I really dig it. So that's the Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers triple pack. So there you go. Let's go. Okay, so let's do these. These aren't exactly box sets, but they're worth showing. Who remembers the Anchor Bay tins? I got duped pretty bad on the Halloween 4 one. I have to be very delicate with it. It comes with this little pamphlet, and it comes in a CD jewel case, and mine didn't even have the CD jewel case, so I have to just carefully set the disc in there. I know. I should have sent it back, but that's kind of cool, and it has like this little booklet with a write-up in here. I got that one on eBay. I believe they did it for Halloween 5. I think they did it for Evil Dead 2 or 1, maybe both. I know that there is an Evil Dead one. I don't know how many more there are, but the Hellraiser one's really cool. So here's the Hellraiser tin. This one feels a little bit heavier. So the Hellraiser one comes with an actual booklet. Got a lot of cool stuff on there. A little bit of a write-up in there. Not much writing on here, mostly pictures, but there's a shot of the Hell Priest. Oh, look at this. Little cards. What else is in here? Hellraiser 2. Does this come with Hellraiser 2? Oh, it says 2 DVDs. It does. I didn't even know that. I bought this at FYE. It comes with Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2. And here's what the insides look like. So you just set the case in the base like that. Put your cards in there and your booklet. So that's cool. These were a piece of Anchor Bay history, and I think they were pretty popular at the time. So there is the Halloween 4 and Hellraisers that I have. Pretty cool. You never know. You might see these out and about. Or if you're a fan, you know, go on eBay and grab one for a cheap price. Maybe they're not as collectible now that, you know, the new stuff is not only out, but a lot of the stuff is out of print as well, like the Arrow Video Scarlet box set and things like that. So you might be able to get some of that kind of stuff cheap if you're into it. Alright, so if you ever see this, you got to get it just out of the comedic value of it. So what you're looking at here is a vintage 2000... It says 2009. So maybe that's when it came out. I know I got it around that time on eBay. I didn't know the story about this till years later. That's what's even funnier about this. So this is the Puppet Master DVD collection. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Curse, and Retro. They all come in individual cases. And when I started talking about Full Moon more on my channel, somebody said, dude, you've got that box set? I was like, what box set? And they were like, that one. I grabbed it. You can wear this one? You're like, yeah. I was like, what's the big deal? He goes, dude, that box set's an illegal box set. And I'm like, what? Charlie did not own the license himself to release these films at the time. I think Paramount still did. And they made him pull it. So he pulled this box set off of out of distribution, and he couldn't sell it anymore. So so here it is. I have it. I don't know if it's worth much anymore, but you know, if you see this, get it out of just the comedy factor of it, of Charlie Band doing what Charlie Band does. They don't look great. They're obviously VHS rips, but, you know, at the time when I watched these, when I got this set, you know, it wasn't nothing but a thing. I just didn't think much of it. I don't even know that Blu-ray was much of a thing in my life at that point. This was probably around that time. I got the best for last I want to save, but so we'll hold off on the one I was going to grab. This is the Scream Ultimate Collection. This is a cool little set. This is, look at that, I got it for $9.99 at a pawn shop. This came out in 2000, I want to say a few years after. I'll show you this box. A few years after the third movie came out. Maybe a few more, since it's a DVD set. But as you can see, it's got 4 discs. What is that other one? Did I show you guys that? The ghost face in the back? That's cool. So, obviously you're going to get Scream 1, Scream 2, and Scream 3, which I'm a bigger fan of now. Here's the exclusive bonus disc DVD-ROM, behind the scenes documentary, behind the Scream documentary, it's like a making of, outtakes from the cutting room floor, screen tests, trivia game, character web, Scream Saver, Scream 3 website. This has a date of 99 on it. Maybe that came out, maybe this came out back in the day, I don't know. Here it is, the Scream disc. I wonder if all that stuff's been ported over. I'm not good at really knowing and keeping up to that kind of stuff. Really, with the Scream franchise, I'm not a big Scream fan. Oh, and it does have a little booklet. Chapter 1 set the rules. That is little pictures and things like that. That's cool. So, yeah, that's a cool little set. I remember seeing it at the pawn shop, and quite frankly, I had never even heard of this set, so I bet you this was probably like a big Best Buy thing. And here's the little cover that it goes on. Yeah, I imagine this was probably like a cool little Best Buy Kmart thing back in the day, you know. So that's cool. Let's go to some Friday the 13th next. These are really cool. This was the Jason Hockey Mask edition of the collection. This came out probably not long after the DVDs, special edition DVDs came out. They did this set. Just a hard box that, hard box, it's kind of like this hardish plastic. It comes with the movies and then this little mask, which it's tiny. Can't even fit my face. But I have another version of this. I'll show you the set. I actually just talked about this on a Planet Dirty too. That I really. One thing I kind of like about the actual set that it comes with. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you this. It's just in a different version. So there's that. Let me see if I can find the one I was talking about. Here it is, right here. So I remember getting this at FYE, and I still love it. It's got this protective sleeve case, and it's got this hologram Jason on the front of the collection. And I remember seeing this at Best Buy, and it comes in like this hard book. I still really like this, like I really do. And this is what the set comes in that blue box. But look at that. And what I like about it, it's got like all these cool vintage, or not vintage, but like fun facts about the movies and body counts and stuff. And it's just really charming, and I like it. Obviously the discs come out on the side, which isn't exactly fun, but it is what it is. But look at that. 21 body count in Jason Takes Manhattan. 17 weapons used. 21 body count in 5. Wow. Which one's the highest body count? It's probably 5 and 8. 18 people died. Jason Lives. Wow, that seems high. Yeah, so part 5 and part 8 had the biggest body counts. But yeah, the collection. If you see this, definitely grab it if you can get it for cheap. I just really like it. I think it's very retro, and I say retro, it's 10 years old now. 11 years old actually, which I guess is considered retro. But I really like that. Like I really like this. I've always liked this set. So that's cool. Let's take a break from Friday the 13th for a second. One of the things I really liked was the Full Moon Classics box sets. Now, this is when they partnered up with Kangaroo Video. and they were doing stuff like this, and Charlie was releasing his movies on physical media through these companies, and he was doing some fun box sets. As you can see, this one comes with Arcade, Bad Channels, which is amazing, Netherworld, which is finally getting a Blu-ray soon, Seed People, which is classic, and Shadow Zone. And they all had individual cases, but the only bummer about these, for me, is, you know, they all have the same artwork on the front. They just have the different movie titles on the bottom. Luckily, that art's fun, but, you know, it would have been nice to have the theatrical not the theatrical, but the video store poster art on there. But, you know, the kangaroo stuff was cool, and, Charlie was big on box sets, so even when he had a bunch of movies that were just kind of one-offs like these, he would do fun box sets, and they look really cool on the shelf, and I like them. They're really fun and retro, and, you know, I love all my full moon stuff. That's a remarkable time in horror history. You know, one of these days I'd like to do like a really big comprehensive video, just really talking about what happened with not only horror, but like video stores horror stuff in the early 90s. It's remarkable. It really is. It's an amazing time in horror history. I mean, people say horror was dead in the 90s. Theatrically, sure. I don't think there's no denying that theatrically horror really took a bath in the 90s. But the video store was just chock full of this stuff. This one I got a few years ago, the Zombie Pack. This is Zombie 3, 4, and 5. So it's not even the good ones. But you got Zombie 3 is okay. You know, Lucio directed some of that. He got sick, I think. Zombie 4, which is really nasty. This is Claudio Fregasso, the famous director of Troll 2. And this movie is just pathetic. Zombie 5 Killing Birds. It's boring. Nothing happens. I really don't recommend it at all. But I'm recommending you find this and buy it. I'm such a jackass. But the truth is, like, I really like this. I had never even heard of this before. This is put out by Shriek Video. And honestly, like, this is a fine way for me to own all the zombie films. Like, I have Zombie 3 and 4 from, is it Severin? I believe it's Severin. But to own Zombie 5 in this, which I got it for a few bucks. I got this for $5.75. Yeah. So to own Zombie 5, if I ever feel the need to rewatch this, if I ever, you know, this DVD will be fine. So that's cool, the Zombie Pack. I wonder if this Splatter Video put up more stuff. Maybe this will trigger a memory for somebody. And if it does, please, you know, let me know. Okay, so again, I just want to reiterate. Now we're down to the last couple. This is the nitty-gritty awesome stuff. If you ever see this amazing box set, the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, don't even hesitate. I would probably pay up to $50 or $60 for this. Now, some of you probably saying, well, Christian, you know they're going for a lot more on eBay. Maybe they are, but if you see it out in the wild, you know, I just love it. It really is remarkable how they did this. They got Freddy on there, and you've got the cases with the original artwork. I mean, it's amazing how they did it. They were so forward-thinking. Who would have thought that they would have known this is exactly how collectors would want this stuff? It's remarkable. Original artwork, blah, blah, blah. It's a nice-looking box set, too. I like the black, but with, like, the embossed Freddy and stuff on there. It's just incredible. Beautiful, beautiful set. So let's do a couple Jasons, then the main event. This I love talking about, the Jason Slasher Collection. Now, this came out right around the time the remake did. I remember it, and this is so nostalgic for me. I love this thing. Obviously, you see the 3 movies it comes with, but look at that cool shot of Jason on the front. Here's the back. A lot of art for Freddy vs. Jason on this thing. And it comes in these really slim DVD cases, but with the original art and everything. They didn't do nothing silly. Unrated, of course, and first Freddy vs. Jason. And I just remember this being on the shelf at Walmart, and I remember getting it at Walmart, and it was a really fun time, because I had just gotten into horror big time and fallen in love with Friday the 13th, and I mean really fallen in love with it, like it became my life. And this was the first ways I owned these movies on DVD, and it's just a really fun set. Like, I love this set. I could never get rid of this. It's just a classic set. So if you ever see this at a DVD shop, I think you'd want to grab it. I think it's cool looking. 3 film favorites. I'd laugh, but I mean, they are my favorites. Okay, let's see. One more Friday the 13th. Now this one, definitely go out of your way to try to find it. This one just personifies vintage and retro. And I think it really, I mean, by this standard, like 2004 or 5, whatever it was, is certainly considered that, you know, which is when I think this came out. I'm looking for the actual date on this, but I'm not seeing it, but I'm pretty sure that's when it was. I'm talking, of course, about this, the Crystal Lake to Manhattan DVD set. I love this set. I was very fortunate to find this at a used DVD store near me. Got it cheap, got it for probably 15 bucks or so. This is obviously the 1 through 8 set, which is the same as we're getting now. How cool would it have been if they would have done this exact thing again for the Blu-rays and called it the Crystal Lake to Manhattan set? And, you know, I think we would like this. I think we would prefer, instead of a Blu-ray case that opens up with the little, you know, the disc things that are kind of like a partition, if you will, that they flip up and down and you just go through. I think we would rather have like slim Blu-ray cases like this. I think we would be more inclined to something like this nowadays with a set from Paramount. But these are cool. This is so, and they have they have little making ofs on these, and they're really fun. And you know, this kind of art screams, you know, retro, and I love it so much. And yeah, this set, this is the set. Like I said, if you were gonna try to find anything, look at that. Now they actually put the blue on there for the Hockey Mask for Part 5, which on the other DVD it's red. But I love this set. I just think it really personifies vintage Friday the 13th collecting, and yeah, I love it. And this is a bonus disc. A lot of killer extras. 8-part feature at the Friday the 13th Chronicles, which was like the real precursor to Crystal Lake Memories, you know. And you can find this stuff on YouTube if you want to see it. Just type it in the Friday the 13th Chronicles, and you'll see those for all the movies. Corey Feldman is, in fact, in the Part 4 one for this. I remember he was a young man during that time. I say young man, young. He's probably in his early 30s, you know, at that time. Maybe mid-30s, or maybe even 40. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is awesome. I love this to death. And, yeah. So if you could find that, definitely grab it. And last but not least, the coolest, most bizarre DVD set ever. It's really kind of a Blu-ray set as well. But this is the 30th anniversary commemorative set for Halloween. And this is something crazy cool from Anchor Bay. I remember learning about this and going on eBay and getting it. Luckily, I got it really when it was just not out that long at all. I think it might have even been in production. Well, I say in production. It was certainly, you know, 2008. Never mind, I got mine, and if this came out in 2008, I got mine in 2012. So maybe I just lucked out and I got it before it really started skyrocketing and becoming impossible to get. But it's very unique. There's nothing like it. This is in fact a latex mask. Pretty good looking one too. But the way this works is you kind of just open it up like this. You see this little tab. Open it up. There's a shot of Michael on the inside. All that artwork right there. And then you pull out this DVD case. And it's heavy. It's very heavy. Let me set that to the side for now. So here it is, the 30th anniversary commemorative set. Let's see what's in here. It's actually a pretty cool set. You got Halloween, the Blu-ray, which I think at the time had just come out. The first Anchor Bay Blu-ray. Then you have Halloween on DVD. Then they give you the television cut for Halloween. But my favorite thing about this was right here. 25 Years of Terror was included on this, which is the way I watch it. I want to get the actual DVD for it, though, the release. And then they give you Halloween 4 and 5 on DVD. So, kind of a cool set. Now, obviously, if you're wondering, well, where's the rest of them? I mean, licensing obviously, the 2 and 3 were Universal. So, this is Anchor Bay. They didn't have the rights to those. That's Universal. But they did have the rights to 4 and 5. So that's the reason that the set is what it is. And it's a really cool piece of history. I've managed to keep mine in remarkable shape. You know, I think some people threw this away. I kept it. And it just slides right on there. I think most people would probably know to keep that on there. But this is like a really cool shelf piece. And, you know, this is something that it's great to look at. It's covered in art. Even pictures that are behind the scenes stuff. It's not even stuff from the movie. But you got all the listings on the back, and just a real cool piece of history. So if you can find this online and get it at a good price, I think if you're a Halloween fan, you'd love this, and it'd be a really cool collection piece. So yeah, so there it is, guys. That's the main event. I do hope you enjoyed this video going down memory lane again with horror DVD box sets. You know, so a lot of this stuff could start becoming worth money one day. It very well may could. Like I said, I think DVD is going to come back around in terms of a collector's market. Everything does. And if you say, I don't think so, Christian, you could be right, but also maybe it's not time just yet. But I think when I put my finger up to the wind, I say to myself, I think I'm going to be happy I kept some of those DVDs, because if I want to get them again, they may be really, really expensive. But guys, always check flea markets, pawn shops, things like that. I swear, you never know what in God's name you're going to find. So, happy hunting. If you have any questions about any of these, let me know. I'll try to answer them. And let me know what some of your favorite vintage horror DVD box sets. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.